Welcome to the MBX Film Theater. We have some early 90s movies up on the wall because today we're going to talk about some Spin Fighters merch. Spin Fighters were kind of a 90s toy made by Bandai. Here's some American release ones, but they were all kind of the same, and I have some videos about the American releases and some Japan-only releases like Super Mario set. So there's actually quite a bit of Japan-only stuff, and I've been delving into that and checking out what kinds of versions and stuff they had only in Japan. So today we're going to look at this box from 1993, and this is just kind of a special exciting battle set. Charakobatti, Charakobatti. That's what they called the Spin Fighters in Japan. They usually had the characters on the top, and then they were badges or tops or whatever you want to say, kind of the combination word. So this is just a weird kind of bonus merchandise set of some sort. I do not know what all is in here and what it does. Basically it's saying that there's 4 different types of things inside here. There's jumping parts, wing parts, plasma parts, and air flyer parts. So again, 1993, made in Japan only. Here's kind of a model kid kind of doing, one of them goes Bioon, and one of them goes Shuin, and one goes Bachi, and one goes Gyun. And that's about the extent of my knowledge of this box right now. So it's closed, and we're just gonna open it up and see what the heck this even is. I got an arena here. I'm not sure what exactly these are gonna launch and do. That's why I brought just a plain US launcher, and I have a Turbo Japan only launcher. And I assume that's what's going to power whatever these are, but I have no idea. Kind of a cool collectible set here as I delve into the Japan-only Spin Fighters or Charakobatti. So I say we open this box. And nobody's going to convince me otherwise. And we'll have to figure out what all we're looking at here. These pieces definitely look like Spin Fighter shape. We have some molded plastic that we're going to have to pop off these things. These are like model kit style, so might be some construction here. Oh boy, there's a lot more elaborate model kit style things. Another little set there, and some possibly useless instructions, although maybe there's pictures and I might be able to follow it. I don't know. We can hope. Oh, and some springs. Okay, well, that's weird. Oh god, and sandpaper? That's not good. Hopefully that's just to get the sharp ends off the model stuff. Alright, that is the contents. So bear with me while I figure out what in the heck we're dealing with here. Jumping parts. Some decals. Cool. Oh boy. This might be easier if I could read Japanese. And we do have some launchers. There's one like this that they just kind of did different heads on. And there's this exact one here. These actually might be prices. I don't know. For the price? In the middle is the double launcher, which I'm looking to get one so we can show that off. These of course just have one spot. Shoot one thing out. That has 2 built in. Double mechanism. Okay, well they got stuff numbered here, so I might be able to construct this despite my inferior intellect, but we will try. As of right now, I have lined everything up as it appears in the instruction booklet. That is where I am at right now. Let's see if I can figure it out from there. No, I am not using Google Translate to try and read the instructions. I'm just doing it on my own. Oh boy, this was not an easy one to assemble, but I think I've got it. The key was this tab here. It does show it pointing in, so that is the right way, but it just wasn't quite working out, and I didn't quite understand the mechanism of what was happening here. But with a little force pushing it up in, and then this tab does function to lock the spring-loaded end in. And so I believe if this gets hit, then that pops out. So you can see this goes in and out like this, the way it's assembled, because this is the leaping or jumping parts. Push this in, have this sticking out. That's the tab part. And then that's going to keep it. So let's just see it in motion here. We got Kamen Rider on the top as the character on the top, so I'll have to find an opponent for him, see what happens. How about the Tyranno Ranger? Sounds good to me. Alright, in this generic Spin Fighters launcher we have the jumping parts with a Kamen Rider, Masked Rider in there. Here we just have a plain US Spin Fighter here with the red, the Tyranno Ranger, so not entirely sure. We might have to do a couple to just demonstrate its ability here, but let's just see what happens here in one go. Whoa. Alright, well, as far as the matchup went, this one did lose, but if you saw at the beginning there was a leap. But I mean, it only gets the one leap, so it didn't pay off this round, but we'll try it again here. And then to load this needs this tab that you've put in that does move. Needs to be to the side, push in, have the tab be out in the middle, and that's going to hold it in place. And so I think what's happening is this comes in and hits it, makes the jump happen. So this time let's just put the special one in there and then you can watch for the jump a little easier. Well, he jumped out of the arena. Let's check that one more time, see what happens. Put that one in, and this one. The jump paid off that time, knocked him clear out of the arena. So the jumping configuration does have varying results. It'll either jump out of the ring and lose immediately, or I will jump to its benefit and smash the other one out. So kind of a gamble if you're going to use this kind of to play around. I will say that as I've been using this just to demonstrate, this has gotten looser and looser. I'm not sure if this would last too long. You do get two sets. You get the goldish look and the silver. So I could build another one and you could have them verse each other, and we can probably go through all of them one more time at the end as we go through and build these and demonstrate what each one does. This seems to get loose as it goes, and I don't know if there's a way to tighten it or if that will eventually not be able to hold the spring loading mechanism or not. I'm not sure, but let's construct the next one. Okay, these are the parts of the next one that is called Plasma, and it's dawning on me what this is going to do, and I'm a little scared because it has these little sandpapery looking strips, and the instructions roughly translate with the words the fire flow seal. So I don't know if the gears are turning in your mind what I'm thinking here, but well, let me get this assembled and we'll try it, but this could be a little scary. So I built this one with Fire Mario. It's a Japan only set. And I'm gonna see if I'm right in the reasoning of why I chose this. So looks like I have to build two for this to function. So let's try it. Okay, I have Fire Mario, and I have Kamen Rider here. Plasma version. I'm a little scared, but we're gonna try it. Let's see what happens here. Oh boy, here they go. Yep, that is what I thought the function was there. I thought it was a sandpaper for doing like the edges off of the parts like this, but it is not. It is plasma. It makes plasma. There were sparks. This is a very dangerous prospect, but That is plasma, I guess. It smells a little burnt here. We'll have another fight here and see if they can get some more sparks going here, but that's what I was afraid was going to happen. It was a little less sparks than I was worried about, so. Okay, because I am dumb and I care about the viewers' entertainment, I have loaded the plasma ones into turbo launchers. Kamen Rider is coming out of the White Tiger launcher, and Fire Mario, this one, the turbo launcher. I have a video about turbo launchers. They obviously launch a little faster, a little more power in these, so we'll see what that does with the sparking effect. Hopefully I'm not going crazy here, but see what happens. A little too powerful there. Not too many sparks, but there's a few big ones, and you can see it's taking gashes out of it, so it did give you extra strips that if you kind of used one up a lot, you could put on a fresh strip, but dawned on me exactly what the plasma meant. I thought maybe it was going to make a noise or something was what I was kind of thinking. I didn't think about the strips being sparking, so that is a weird one, but pretty cool if you think about it. I always liked the sparking action figure from Captain Planet, Wheeler, the fire ring, and he had a spark function. Of course I wore that out because it was so cool, but makes me think of that. That was the only toy I had that was sparking. I never had a sparking gun or toy or anything like that. I know those existed before, so. Fire Mario. And there's a whole video about my Super Mario set from Japan also, if you'd like to see more about those. And here we have all the parts to build the wings configuration. I've already taken these out of their kit tab like this and chopped off the little tabs there. So we'll construct this and see how the wings function works exactly. So we've got the wings loaded up here. You have to be careful loading it because those wings just going to come out. That's going to hinder the winding process, but this one's loaded all good here. We'll just try it against a normal spin fighter. This is just a generic, this is just a bad guy spin fighter that says spin fighters on it. So just see what the wings do there, and then we'll try both the wings against each other, see what happens. So here's just against a plain spin fighter just to see the wings in action here. So here's just the wings first. Well, you could barely see that the wings shot out there, but they're just plastic. They don't really have any hardness to help defend. They don't seem too strategically valuable when they fly out. Then it just does make it kind of top heavy to flip over with this extended thing. So let's try a wing versus a wing and see what happens there. I don't have too many Japanese spin fighters, but just to mix it up here, throw in the old Dragon Quest V hero here. Alright, we've got the Dragon Quest hero with the wings, and we have Masked Rider with his wings. It says Masked Rider right on the spin fighter, so don't blame me. So we'll see what the wings do against each other. See if that's a little better, because versus a plain one didn't do so well, so. Yikes. That was quick and decisive. Definitely makes it go over quickly with those wings shooting out there, so it's like dragon type in Pokemon, super effective against itself. But against the others, these little tabs don't do much, but they really, I think they just slow down the momentum so much, sticking out and colliding each other more than just the metal collision. So those are pretty interesting, but they're very hard to wind up because these wings just want to slip right out of these. So. Interesting one, but let's go on to the fourth. And so here we have the pieces for the air fryer. Well, the air flyer. Not too many parts. So this is just a tool that you can use to undo the jumping one. Apparently you use that for this. So looks like you just get this puppy dog into your launcher. Well, there's not much to that, but and your helicopter blade goes in there. And I guess somehow kind of able to turn this. Not very easy. Maybe I think that's about. Let's just test what we wound up here, because whoa. Yep, it flies out of there. I think it's just hard to wind up because there's no weight to it, so it can't really stay down into the mechanism. So this one, there's no character piece attached. Can't put my raccoon Mario or caped Super Mario World Mario in here to make him fly. This is just the pieces, just an extra function of using the launcher mechanism. Whew. Well, I think it's wound all the way unless I skipped it. Oh no. Alright, well, forget that stupid launcher that you gotta use the tool. I'll just use this dangerous turbo launcher. Set that in there. These are much easier to wind. You just crank this. No need for the tool at all. Except this is the turbo, so I'm a little scared of where this is gonna fly. Oh gosh. Let's get a better angle of see how this flies. See how far this thing will fly. Here's the air flyer. Wow! 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 Look out! Ooh, that one flies out of there. You definitely want the turbo launcher just because of the way it loads, that you can just crank the wheel to load it instead of using that funky tool with this one. But if you're a kid and you bought the box, you might have only had this kind of launcher. So it's kind of cool that they included the tool that it kind of helps unscrew the things if you want to put them away. And then it's also a way to use that launcher to do the flying part. But this is the annoy your parents massively with this thing shooting all over the place. It's just very light plastic, so I don't think you're going to get any damage unless it knocks over something that's very prone to falling over. But also the turbo launcher shoots it way more, that it's going to get more air time out of there too. So I don't know, might want to use goggles. Might want to wear glasses if you're shooting this one off, because it can kind of go crazy. Whoa! I feel like this jumping one is the hardest to put together. So I say we try if we can do both. Let's do Flying Luigi versus Flying Mario. Sounds like a cool matchup to me. Let's get Luigi attached there. Again, in Japan, the Spin Fighters have these screw pieces instead that were changed for the US releases. Okay, put the spring on there, this cap on there, the stopper, make sure that is like that, and somehow, some way, this gets jammed up in here. This is crazy. I'm gonna push this down here. Seems to be in there. So then we just do the mechanism there. Alrighty. Well, it's just a little confusing, but once you know what the mechanism is trying to do there, I think it's just getting these two to stick together is the real weird part. It just, I don't know, you have to roar it into place. It's hard to describe, but at least knowing the end result made it a little easier after getting this one put together. Alright, so we have Caped Mario, Caped Luigi with the jumping configuration. Alright, that last one ended before the jumping mechanism even came into play. So let's try that again, Mario and Luigi. Okay, I think the red arena was just a little too small for what was going on here, so I've got my blue arena that's actually from like a 1960s top battling game. This one's a little more less curved. It's still curved toward the center, but there's more space. So let's try the Mario versus Luigi jumping mechanism in this and see if that has a little more success here. Well, there's Luigi. The flaw with the jumping is they jump out of the ring, and then that makes them basically defeated. So, little strange one there. Let's try them with turbo launchers, because that makes sense. Oh gosh. Whoops. So that is the 4 types in the exciting battle set. Were they exciting? I think so. The jump ones are a little difficult to put together, and they don't always trigger, but I guess that gives them some unpredictability. They seem to do better against a normal spin fighter instead of versus each other. There was just chaos at that point. The wings were super effective against each other, but then weren't very good against a plain spin fighter, so that's kind of interesting. The spark ones are only going to be good against each other, the plasma, but that's definitely cool to see them sparking, fighting each other like that. And then the flyer, of course, is just for fun, just launching the flying. You can't really do a spin fighter connection or that, but it's just a way to use the launcher to have a flying toy as well. So if you already had spin fighters, like you're collecting them in Japan, and then you could just buy the set to have extra features and functions and ways to play. So I think it was worth it. I don't know what the retail price of it was exactly, but it couldn't have been too much. It was just kind of model plastic kit pieces you had to punch out and build yourself, but the building was part of the fun as well. So this is like a really cool piece just to add to my kind of growing spin fighter collection. I'm just looking into these and collecting more and more of them as I discover them and all the different ones that they had in Japan. I'm really looking for the Mega Man, Rockman set desperately. Can't find anything, so any information about that would be welcome if you know. But that's what I'm hunting the hardest. Secondly, probably would just be more Japanese launchers, because they had a different variety of them there as well. So yes, the exciting battle set. Pretty awesome. Jumping parts, plasma parts, wing parts, and the air flyer. Awesome thing to add to the collection. Just don't start a fire with the plasma ones, please. Safety first.